the entire Nightmare on Elm Street series in chronological order, excluding the remake, cause that ain't Freddy. It's Aslan from the Chronicles of Narnia. We begin in 1941 at Weston Hills Sanitarium, where half-hearted headcounts make a poor substitute for, keeping track of your staff. Left behind, Sister Mary Helena, aka Amanda Kruger, is attacked and impregnated. She gives birth to one Frederick Charles Kruger, the bastard son of 100 maniacs, who grows up in the system, abused by his foster father, bullied by his peers, and really angry at gerbils. Cut to 1966. Freddy is living happily at 1428 Elm until his wife, Loretta, discovers he's the Springwood Slasher,
who murdered 20 or 30 kids right here on Elm Street.
Wow, that's a lot of kids on just one street. Our baddie kills Loretta, gets arrested, and loses his daughter Catherine, whose name is changed to Maggie to facilitate adoption. 2 years later, Kruger is released on a technicality, giving him the opportunity to assassinate Amanda and hide her corpse at Western Hills.
He said she committed suicide.
After Kruger's trial, she flipped out and hung herself, so they thought.
Meaning?
They couldn't prove it. No body.
Wait, how do you assume someone hanged themselves without a body? The parents of Elm Street burn Freddy, but our baddie strikes a deal with three, floaty death sperm? Who grant him the power to haunt his killer's offspring in their nightmares. Why it takes our villain 16 years to get cracking is left unclear, but by 1984, March has moved into his house, cause what better place to raise your kid than the home of a child killer you set on fire? The only thing more hardcore is her daughter Nancy setting up all these traps for Freddy in under 20 minutes.
In exactly 20 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
In the 5 years that follow, Nancy gains access to an experimental dream suppressant called Hypnosil, sells the house which now has a red door, and heads off to college, leaving Jessie to find her highly inaccurate diary.
Did they tell you that girl lost her mind, and her mother killed herself in our living room?
Freddy possesses the boy in an attempt to escape the dream world, but Kim saves the day with the power of love. A year later, Freddy resumes his killing spree until the last of his prey are committed to Weston Hills. This prompts Nancy to return to Springwood and stage a final showdown using Kristen's psychic abilities. Meanwhile, the ghost of Amanda enlists Dr. Neil Gordon to properly bury her son, whose glove apparently crawled from the basement at 1428 Elm all the way to this here Cadillac. Neil saves the day and Nancy accomplishes nothing, besides getting herself and half the kids killed. Bravo! After extensive plastic surgery, Kristen returns to school with fellow survivors Joey and Kincaid, whose mutt, Jason, revives Freddy by peeing fire on his remains. Our baddie finally completes his revenge and trashes Jessie's place, but not before Kristen transfers her powers to Alice, who then frees the souls of his victims by way of a mirror. You know, the kind he stared into before without any problem. Alice then celebrates her victory by boinking Dan, allowing Freddy to spread his curse through their newly conceived son Jacob. Dan dies, twice, and the ghost of Amanda returns, this time tasking our heroes with retrieving her corpse. Could have asked Neil 2 years ago, but that's what you get for procrastinating. While Alice fights for Jacob's soul, Yvonne releases Amanda, who sets out to contain Freddy forever. She apparently does a shit job, because our villain spends the next 10 years terrorizing the citizens of Springwood, including Dr. Campbell, who moves into the house on 1428 Elm and paints the door yellow. After Freddy kills his wife, the good doctor prescribes Hypnosil to every child in town and exiles anyone haunted by the Dream Demon to Weston Hills. By 2001, that's right, if you do the math, Freddy's death, the final nightmare, takes place in the new millennium. Out of kids to slaughter, Freddy sends John Doe here to find his long-lost daughter, who really doesn't look her age.
It's me. I'm his kid.
What? Grandkid, maybe. Maggie drags Einstein back to Springwood and discovers that its populace has gone mad, refusing to embrace simple pleasures like cell phone technology and hating on Tom Arnold. My theory is it's all an act to keep new families from moving in, though I remain perplexed as to why Dr. Campbell trashed his house and painted the door red again. After losing half her charges, Maggie somehow keeps her job and impales Freddy with his own glove, which somehow transports him to an alternate universe where A Nightmare on Elm Street is just a movie franchise. Our monster harasses the crew of his own sequel until Heather Langenkamp overdoses on sleeping pills and sends him back to hell. By hell, I mean Crystal Lake. The year is 2003 and Dr. Campbell's got his yellow door back. Freddy sicks Jason, not that Jason, on Springwood and lets the town jump to conclusions, thereby restoring his status as a deadly me. However, the Dream Demon soon turns on his ally, unwilling to share his toys. Meanwhile, Will Rollins breaks out of Weston Hills to check on Campbell's idiot daughter, Lori, who excels at clunky exposition.
Wait a minute. Freddy died by fire, Jason by water. How can we use that?
Ah, my ears! Deeming Jason the lesser evil, the Scooby Gang hatches a plan to ensure his victory, making the drive from Springwood, Ohio to Crystal Lake, New Jersey in record time, and pulling Freddy out of the dreamscape for an epic monster-on-monster brawl that... Lori, what are you doing? No! God damn it. This episode's dumb way to die? Freddy by fire, Jason by water. Lori, you're the worst. I'm Dimitri from Idiomanic.com, reminding you to keep your story straight. Sorry, wrong Freddy, sorry.
My name is Freddy and I'm here to say I'll wrap you up and take you away if you feel like you're tired.
For more 90s and movie reviews, please subscribe to our channel and check out Idiomanic.com.